And after much ado, ladies and gentlemen, appliances of all ages, we are live with Neckbeard Gaming and Volante Counter-Strike. Into the knife round. On the side of Neckbeard Gaming, we've got Aesthetic, SFX, Dr. Mr. Fish, T-Connors, and Magnet Shock. Over on the side of Volante, we've got Beyblade, Macer, HDZ, Otis, and Joof. At least I hope I got those names right. Neckbeard Gaming, they're going to win the knife round, which will give them the advantage of picking which side they'd like to play on. Typically, Cobblestone, kind of T-sided, but you see more often than not people looking to just put 5-6 rounds on the CT side. But tonight, Neckbeard Gaming, they're going to be jumping up on that T side to start things off. Volante Counter-Strike, they're currently at 1 win, 5 losses this season. ESEA Main, Season 24. Neckbeard Gaming currently at 3 wins, 3 losses. So both these teams are going to be looking to put as many wins on the board as they can, as I believe we're about halfway through the season at this point. We're going to see kind of a slow play and a stack over at Sidewalk for Neckbeard Gaming. Interesting tactic. One player holding up close, one player peeking out of B main already, and actually tags up Otis for just a little bit of damage, while one kind of rotates up towards upper halls. And the rest of these players on Sidewalk are going to start piling out, one down there by mid-ramp. See what the first point of contact is. Actually, it looks like SFX died over there on the B side, but he was just making a distraction. Dr. Mr. Fish answers it right back. Joof is going to run back, go on to Plateau with Macer, as it was, before T-Connors put him down. Joof manages to pick up a second, and Otis gets one as well. It's going to be a 2v3 at this point for Neckbeard Game. Make that a 1v3. T-Connors does get the first frag, but as we switch to him, he does go down, so Volante Counter-Strike, they're going to pick up the first round of this match. It's a little bit easier with those USPs, but it was not a bad effort. Hadn't seen a tactic like that. Just kind of stacking some players in the first round over towards Sidewalk and kind of slow play it. But as there was no aggression, there's nothing to capitalize on, so Neckbeard Gaming, they're going to buy some upgraded pistols. Looks like Dr. Mr. Fish was dropping a few there. Make sure that they can probably open up with that AWP as soon as possible, and they're going to start piling into the B halls right now. Early flashbang and grenade in. Down to drop, but it's not going to connect with anybody. HDZ is actually down in danger with that. Swag 7, who is that? It's going to be Beyblade. Who is there? Drop, flicks down, gets the first opening frag, a little bit more chip damage, makes that a second kill. Magnet Shock will answer that back. Aesthetic gets one as well, but it's going to be a 2v3 for Neckbeard Gaming. They have picked themselves up, or they should be able to pick themselves up some of those Swag 7s. I think they're looking around for them, wondering where they dropped. I think it's back behind E-Box. A grenade comes in, but only does a little bit of damage. T-Connors are getting shipped down right now. Can't see where that's coming from. But Aesthetic opens it up, gets another frag onto Otis. Now it's a 2v2. Make that a 1v2. It's all up to Aesthetic now, but there's not much you can do against the power of that FAMAS from long range when all you have is the Tech 9 in your hands. So, as would you'd expect to go in these rounds, Volante Counter-Strike, they pick up their second round. Neckbeard Gaming, though, you dropped a bunch of pistols last round. Do you want to force in this with no bomb plant? That's the question. So far, Magnet Shock has picked up a P250, and there's a Soul Flashbang over there onto Aesthetic. Meanwhile, Volante Counter-Strike has upgraded all their previous weapons to FAMAS, UMP, 2 M4s, and the Swag 7 of HDZ, who's currently holding up close at long, interestingly enough. Not a position that's often played, but it's not bad whatsoever. Usually they're down there in danger, where he should be rotating now, as he can hear all these players rotating. He's going to have an excellent flank position, and nobody's watching this. Beyblade spots the other guy at mid, but goes down before he can get a second frag. SFX answers that back. And then Volante, they pick up 3 quick ones. Macer with the flank with that UMP. He's going to get the 5th. Volante only losing one player that round. But Neckbeard Gaming, they've got plenty of money. The full buy is going to come in. AKs across the board, not the best of utility, but we'll see what they can do with it. Expect probably a B hit with this little utility. Make use of those smokes. Probably one player will head over towards mid, make some noise. We shall see. Volante kind of has the same idea, and they're playing fast into this B site. All the way through halls right now with one player holding back on drop down. T-Connors gets flashbanged, but so did Macer. Macer picked up the kill, actually gets himself up a second. He's looking damn good right now. But SFX pulls one back. Otis answers back with 2 of his own. They spot up the last player alive for Neckbeard Gaming, Mr. Fish. It's going to be difficult. Spots up the first player, but cannot quite get the kill. Otis picks himself up a triple kill in that round, as well as an AK. Juve picks himself up an AK as well. It'll be a nice little upgrade. They're going to toss us over to Beyblade, who, and I hate saying this, but looked good in warm-up. But Beyblade, I mean, it was like watching him practice on the AIM maps. It was very impressive, and I was hoping he'd do something good in this map. Volante up 4-0 now. Neckbeard Gaming relegated to E250s and a couple flash grenades in the hands of 2 players. Those flashes are going to come in soon. Nobody home, though. HDZ spots out a couple players, throws a grenade so he can push back. Juve also back on plateau, can't save his teammate quick enough. He's going to go down, but Juve picks up 2 of his own. T-Connor's going to put him down. Now Macer opens up with a quick little frag on a Magna Shock, spots the player at defense and gets the frag. 2 players down for Volante as they pick up their 5th round. Neckbeard Gaming now on full loss bonus. They're going to be able to put that AWP into the hands of SFX. 4 AKs with everybody else. Time to start putting rounds on the board, boys. First AWP for Volante over in the hands of Otis. How's his spawn looking? Where is he headed? Looks like he'll be headed over towards the B site. That AWP is of SFX, heading over there as well. We'll see who gets there first and who can get the better setup position. He's up there quick, but it's going to get smoked off. So you have to play on the edge of that. So that smoke was a little bit flubbed. It'll give them a slight advantage if anybody wants to play up close, but it does not look like anybody on Volante wants to, as they have 2 players over there and drop. Another holding back behind Fountain, although he is going to re-smoke that. Put himself in a much more advantageous position. Nade's going to come in, and whoo, God, 50 damage onto SFX with that. Very good timing, very good use of utility by Volante so far. Aesthetic going to flash himself into mid. Nobody home. There is 1 player holding up close, though. That's going to be HDZ, who's just lurking in this smoke at the moment. Dr. Mr. Fish and Aesthetic checking their flank very wisely, as there was a player behind them 1 round earlier. 48 seconds left in the round. Not a single player has seen an enemy yet. This is kind of interesting, but here it comes. Otis is going to get the first frag down on the SFX. That's going to make T-Connors back off immediately. The bomb has been dropped into B halls, so they're going to pick that up, and they have 35 seconds to make a decision on where they want to go. And it looks like the rest of these players are going to be piling through B main. Smoke's lined up. I should cover off door. Smoke will let them actually get past Broken Wall as well. HDZ, meanwhile, gets a frag back towards A, but that's not the important part right now. The Magnet Shock opens up 2 quick kills from Neckbeard Gaming, and that's going to allow them to at least plant the bomb, have a 3v3. 1 player in early. Juve kind of misplayed that. Should have waited just a little bit longer for his teammates. But man advantage in the hands of Neckbeard Gaming, especially now as Magnet Shock gets 1 more kill. Make that a triple for him. It's all up to HDZ now. And he's going to immediately save this. Is there an AWP he could pick up? I'm not quite certain. But he's definitely got an AK in hands that's almost as good. For as quick and as that decision had to be made to go pick up the bomb and have that long rotate towards A and B, they made that really work. I was kind of impressed with that. I think they had 2 smokes they put down, 1 at doors and 1, I think, that went over towards side of tree. Neckbeard Gaming made that work with very little wiggle room. I'm kind of impressed right now. Going into the 7th round, Volante should have a decent buy. Looks like they're thinking about what they want to get, maybe contemplating the double AWP setup, but looks like M4 is in the hands of everybody else. Except for that AK that was held. Single AWP in the hands of Otis. Where is he going to be going? Looks like he'll be going back towards back of B platform. Let's see if he tries to play a little bit more aggressive now. Only 1 player head that way, actually. As the rest of them have held back over there at mid for... Oh, it looks like the NIP setup. So this could go either to B or A. That's the beauty of this play. Currently Volante holding in the completely spread out. 1 at long, 1 watching mid, 1 at drop, 1 watching by side of tree, and 1 behind fountain. So these smokes are going to rain in. Maybe sell this fake towards B. Some players moving over there on the minimap, but nobody really leaving their spots. Otis gets tagged up through the wall. It only takes, I think, what, 26 damage. It's quite lucky. Magnet Shock looking for any of these players right now. He's making some noise as the rest of the players pile in towards A. And who is that over there? That will be HDZ. Spots up the first player, but goes down. Mr. Fish picking up the frag, and Magnet Shock picking up 2 of his own. Meanwhile, Auto Director is making us all the action. T-Con is going to put down the bomb. 2v5. I would not expect Volante to try and answer this back, especially as he gets spotted up. Wow, SFX. That looked like he was around the corner and safe to me, but Joof is trying to pick up the player who was coming up the flank. He's going to try and turn tail and run now. He's going to grab an AWP for his troubles. That'll be a slight compensation going into the next round for the 4 players lost. I mean, like, the money is not good over there. Maybe they could buy up some pistols, try and work around this op, but it looks like Neckbeard Gaming is going hunting. They'll have contact with the player soon, and Mr. Fish spots him out. He misses the flick, and now they know exactly where he is. They'll be pincering in on him from behind. He gets the first kill on the Dr. Mr. Fish. He can tuck himself away back behind toilets now. If he gets back now, he's overpeaked. He's back on top of bench. He's actually going to live, though. It's very close. Neckbeard Gaming getting their second round of the half. Second in a row. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going. It's definitely going to be in their favor as Volante Esports actually. Volante Esports. That was a misspeak. SFX. This is not pub play. You expecting a mid push? I mean, I guess it could happen. Kind of a unique position. Don't see that too often. But interestingly enough, Joof picked up a FAMAS. In the back of all those pistols, Joof put himself down to $350, which HDZ could drop him something next round if they win this. I'm a little critical of that. Oh, looks like we do have a boost up, though. Beyblade has been boosted up. He may have been spotted out there. The nade came in afterwards, but I'm not sure if they saw him. There is one player just to his side. I think that is Magnet Shock? Oh, and they reboosted, so they couldn't hear. They knew he was there, missed the peak AWP shot, but Magnet Shock was thankfully there to back up his buddy. Meanwhile, there actually is a little bit of a smoke play here. HDZ pushes on through, does a lot of damage, but Aesthetic is going to save them. Put him down with a quick little burst fire off that AK. It's not going to be a 3v5 for Volante. And all the players in Neckbeard Gaming, 35 seconds left in the round. They're pushing on over to A, and the rotation is starting to come in. These other 2 players on the CT side are moving on over, but they need to get there a little bit faster than this. And Otis, it's kind of all up to you. And just as we switch to him, gets a bullet through the face from the hands of Aesthetic. Magnet Shock spots out another one. That's going to be 2 for him in the round. And, well, Macer, you're kind of in a bad position right now. Spots out the first player, and actually has a little bit of trigger discipline, so he peeks over the truck, tries to see if he can get anybody else before he turns and tries to get that kill, but just a little too quick from, I believe that was Magnet Shock that round, who is currently leading his team 9 frags. So Neckbeard Gaming slowly crawling back, narrowing that gap between rounds. Volante leading 5-3. And they're still on a pretty bad buy. HDZ picks him up a Swag 7. There's some upgraded pistols as well, but will it be enough? We've got HDZ with that Swag 7 over at Broken Wall. He's going to spot a player quickly, but SFX is going to put him down. It's going to make things difficult as Joof is the only player there. He is the top fragger for the team, but it's going to be 5 players storming in here. Gets a dink and a follow-up shot on a T-Connors. That is going to be it as Aesthetic puts him down. 1 player is over there in the drop room. As soon as Otis goes through that window, he's going to get fragged out. And just a deagle and a P250. Are these players even going to attempt this, or they want to save these pistols in the next round? With the money they have, I think they should go for these kills. Just try and do some damage to the economy in Neckbeard Gaming. And it seems that Neckbeard Gaming knows where these players probably are. And I expect a boost to come through soon, or is SFX just going to hold that? Beyblade, he definitely heard him as they are running away. Well, it looks like we're going to be saving upgraded pistols. It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Beyblade jumps down, tries to find a rifle, but alas, nothing is there for him, unfortunately. AWP is going to be pot up by Beyblade. Couple M4s, and I think it's going to be all M4s. They're just being tossed around. They're playing this economy very well. Ooh, interestingly, they bought a second AWP. HDZ is going to take this to long. Beyblade is going to take this back over towards B plat. And we're going to see if HDZ can make anything happen with this, because there are 3 players on the sidewalk right now and 2 players over onto mid. They're going to be pushing into danger soon. HDZ gets the first. Juf gets one as well. Not quite certain where that kill came from. Oh, that was down at mid. HDZ spots that the player narrowly misses it. You can throw the grenade in. That'll back them up a little bit or chunk them down. Magnet shocks. Oh, no. That was Aesthetic. Took quite a bit of damage. HDZ peeks back in. He's getting so aggressive on this. I love this kind of play. He's rewarded. Gets a frag. Spots out the second player as well. Aesthetic. He's going to go down as well. HDZ, this guy's on fire with a triple right now. And the last player is currently backed up, headed towards spawn. I don't know if he's just planning for the minute-long save, or if he's got some crazy rotation in mind. But let's see how this one pans out. Make some noise, that flashbang. Maybe make people think he's still kind of holding back towards mid, but he's crawling his way back through broken wall, and he gets spotted out immediately by Otis. Volante, Counter-Strike. They pick up the first round in 5. They extend their lead ever so slightly, keeping 5 players alive. Neckbeard Gaming, though, they've got plenty of money in the coffers. 5 AKs across the board, full utility, full head armor, and all that jazz. So we'll see what they can do with this relatively shortly, as all those players are currently piling in towards B main. Magnet Shock is going to go up in a drop down. There is a player down there waiting for him, and a Molotov is going to come out. It's going to be counter-mollied. Smoke is going to come out. Aesthetic is going to push through that. That Molly landed just enough to push Beyblade back into a spot, but oh, Aesthetic gets caught with the weapon switch. There's going to be a flurry of frags after that. Dr. Mr. Fish and Deconner's picking up the last 2. HDZ, Soul Man alive, bomb gets planted, spots at the player but can't quite get it. I can't tell if he did any damage right there. I think he may have got him slightly through the wall. Trying to wallbang something, not a bad effort. Ooh, that was a little bit of a flubbed molly. Looked like that was going to go right through, but the architecture of CSGO, sometimes it just hates you. HDZ is trying everything he can, but really, you take enough wallbangs, gotta worry about players pushing up on you, and he's going to retreat. Save this AWP into the final, or not final, next round. Take a look at the scoreboard really quickly. Juf still top dragging for his team. Magnetic Shock still top dragging for his. The rest of the kills fairly evenly spread. And Volante. It's not the best buy utility-wise, but one player going to be relegated down to a FAMAS. Everyone else on M4 except for Otis would save that AWP in the next round. We'll be going into round number 12 in Neckbeard Gaming. I think they're expecting Eco because they're playing pretty fast right now. 4 players pushing in through B main. Spot out the player. He is flashbanged. SFX gets the opening frag. Dr. Mr. Fish follows it up with a kill onto Otis. Aesthetic drops down. Didn't spot anybody out in there. Heard one over there by window, but Magnet Shock, he's going to answer right back. And this is looking like a pretty clean round. It's pretty much done and dusted, as the Brits would say, as these 2 players are just going to save these weapons. Beyblade, he's getting chased down, gets the first frag. Neckbeard Gaming do have some money to spare. Ooh, they think he just rotated and jumped down already. Beyblade is going to be safe up here. But now they know he hasn't jumped down. He gets a second frag for himself. He's going to have to reload, though. Deconner's going to be pushing through a little murder hole vent. And, oh, that's going to be a triple for him. Beyblade, he's going to get the post-bomb plant ace. It's the opportunity right now. Magnet Shock, are you really going to go for this? Beyblade really wants to save this weapon. He's made plenty of money in the round, though. And he's just pumping bullets through the smoke. Doesn't spot the player. Oh, 4x3. That's 4x3 if I've ever seen it. Last player was just popping over the balcony at that point, and just in clear view of me on 16-9, but on the 4x3 with the black bars. Was not spotted. What? Okay, hold up. Dr. Mr. Fish is dead. He managed to suicide at the beginning of the round. Dr. Mr. Fish, what happened? Were you just so pleased with yourself that You tied up the rounds, you had to kill yourself to give a slight advantage to Volante. Well, either way, whatever happened, they're going to throw the nip smokes again, only this time they're going to be headed over towards B. Aesthetic was thinking about mollying off drop down, but instead he's going to flash over B main, and they're going to get flashed just in time, well timed with Volante. But Otis is holding up close here with the Deagle, gets the first frag, spots out the second player, manages to get the last bullet in the clip. Magnashock answers back with 2 though. And actually a third through the smoke, but Juve is going to pop back over flank, and he's going to put him down. So Volante, with the man advantage from the very beginning of the round, they're going to pick one up. And Dr. Mr. Fish, let's not hit our suicide vines this time. As it's round 14, 2 rounds left in the half, and you kind of want those. You kind of need those. Volante having a fairly strong CT side so far. It's going to be an early nade out into drop down, but both those players are back just far enough, so that's not going to hit them. And they're going to play this one a little bit slower. They do have 2 players tucked over by B main. They spot out the player, exchange fire, so they're going to smoke that off. Throw a flashbang over and back on up as that Molotov does come out. Very well read by Neckbeard Gaming. Looks like we're going to play for a little boost up there on B main. Macer, there is a player close, but not close enough to be spotted out right now, as Magnashock has dropped back. The other 2 players of Neckbeard Gaming slowly rotating to join their teammates in B main. No aggression so far by Volante. They don't want to throw this round away. 50 seconds left in this round, though. Magnashocks. Aesthetic lining up a smoke and molly, although they decide to not go for it. Aesthetic feet get spotted. And it's going to back him off a little bit. Otis tucked into new corner. He's going to get a double frag off that before Dr. Mr. Fish can put him down. Macer, he hears players on all sides of him, tries to flick over the quick 180, but Aesthetic's going to put him down. Dr. Mr. Fish, he's planting now. A little bit of a fight going on. Beyblade Master gets up 2. The auto director just didn't want us to see. It was just, they were just too hard. Too dirty for Twitch. Dr. Mr. Fish now in a 1v1 versus Beyblade. Spots out the player, gets the frag, and ties it up yet again in this very back and forth half we've had. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. As you can see, very early lead with those first 5, and then kind of in the hands of Neckbeard Gaming from them, but Volante pulled back 2. This is the last round of this half. And Volante, they've got upgraded pistols and a smidgen. A literal smidgen of utility. Meanwhile, Neckbeard Gaming on 4 AKs and AWP, and they're electing to play this slow, as they probably have a good read on the economy and know that this is going to be a light eco. Otis pushed up next to that smoke. He's going to get a grenade for his troubles, taking down a 59 HP. Meanwhile, Beyblade holding up close to drop, but no players there. They're back on this 3-man that sidewalk play, which we've seen from them in the first round. I'm a little confused right now. Pop flash is going to come in from Dr. Mr. Fish. He only commits to a light peek, but Joof, he's right here, tucked away into danger. Teammate draws the attention, and Joof is going to get that pick and a gun. So now, thankfully, they have bought armor, so that'll be good in the hands of him. There will be no kickback from that lack of armor. Meanwhile, 3 players pushing up through long A right now. Spotted out. I believe that was Jupe over there. Macer's going to get another frag at mid. This is falling apart for Neckbeard Gaming now. They've lost 2 players, 2 weapons picked up. They do know where Jupe is, though, and Jupe puts him down to 12 HP. He's going to tuck himself up on top of the cannons, but can't quite hide himself away. Even advantage, even players at this point. And a lot of damage done to both teams. Wow, this is going down to the wire. 30 seconds left. Tika Hunters nearly goes down to a teammate, but Otis is going to get him with the Kobe and a second frag as well, and Magnashocks. Aesthetic has the bomb in hand, but Beyblade rushes up with that 5-7. He's going to take him down, and it's going to be Volante taking the half, 8-7. Very close round there, and very close half altogether. This is much closer than I thought it would be. Looking at the season totals, like I said before, Volante, they've only won 1 match out of 6 so far. Neckbeard only won 3. Although I've watched most of Neckbeard's, and those have always been very close. And here's another one to chalk up to that. So we will be going into the pause, the freeze time. And there's not really much I can say. There haven't been any misplays that I've seen entirely. It's really just been down like to aim and some kind of one or two, I guess, unread rotations. But I guess both these teams don't have much to talk about either, as that was a very quick freeze time, and we're going to be going into the second half. Volante leading 8-7. Neckbeard Gaming pick up a couple armors. And nothing else to boot? Okay, another armor and a decoy. Volante, though, pick up 3 armors, and 2 of those players are going to take the hit and pull up the utility for their team. And it looks like a nice 2-3 split. 3 towards B halls, 2 over towards mid. And oh, SFX, he's up there on long A. He's going to get some information. He's going to go back, though, and auto director, please. Magnet Shocks actually gets a frag on one of those players at mid. Macer, though, seems to have a read on this. Not sure. Oh, he turns away at the wrong second. SFX is going to get a nice free frag right there. Meanwhile, Dr. Mr. Fish gets one over on the B-bomb site. It's going to be answered back as Joof and HTZ pick them up one. It's going to be a quick bomb plant, and they're going to hope nobody stops this. There is armor on Joof. He's not picked up in a different pistol so far. Ooh, and he's not going to get a chance to. His SFX peeks through the door and gets a quick little one-tap from the P2K. HTZ is trying valiantly to get this player down, but the bomb is already being defused. The click has come through, and Aesthetic's going to get the frag. Well, actually, it did look like the click came through. I think he may have got off of it to look for, maybe look for a kit. I don't think there was a kit. Either way, Neckbeard Gaming, they're going to pick up the first round of this half on their CT side, and even this matchup once again, 8-8. And pistols, as is the norm on the second round loss for Volante. Just P250s, flashbang to smoke, an assortment of every little thing you could think of. 2 UMPs, 1 Swag 7, 1 MP9, and a FAMAS. In the hands of Dr. Mr. Fish, 3 players stacked over towards B, and actually, who is this holding up in the smoke? That was SFX. Getting a little dirty, nearly spotted out the top of the head of, I believe that is Beyblade. But he can hear the players over there on long right now. He's going to back himself up, rotate over. He's going to check out of the nade a little bit early. Nope, thinks about it again. That's a well-timed one. It's going to do 25 damage onto Otis, and he's going to tuck himself up against this wall. But Otis is up in the smoke. Has the wrong angle as he comes out, and SFX is going to punish that. Takes him down. Man advantage in the hand of Neckbeard Gaming. The rest of these players, though, they are not over at long A. They are dropping down through drop room. And they are going down one by one. Macer with the soul frag so far. As he's reloading, he actually cancels the reload and gets the kill. I don't know, Eek honor is very impressive, but he's spotted immediately. The UMP he's picked up has been reloaded. The grenade comes in. Was that not a grenade? I could have sworn I saw a grenade come in. I'm just seeing things at this point. Anyways, a 1v3 for Macer. And he's not going to spot out Aesthetic. Neckbeard Gaming going to get their lead for the first time this match. 9-8, and Volante did not get the bomb plant, but I'm guessing they're going to force up. Just AKs. Oh, they're not. They're feeling this is close enough where they don't have to do that. I like this decision. I'm so used to seeing it. It's like, yeah, we didn't get the bomb plant. Well, we can just get AKs and a couple grenades instead. A couple Tech 9s, a couple P250s, and a handful of grenades. They're going to be slowed down, though. They were going for that B push for drop room, and they got smollied off immediately. Very good read by Neckbeard Gaming. Oh, I hadn't even turned auto director on right then. I don't have anyone to blame. Macer expecting some aggression at mid, but it's the Aesthetic who's picked himself up a triple so far. We saw the last 2 of those. He's gonna peek in. Oh, he does get it. Oh, and looks like we might have our first ace of the match. Can Aesthetic find this last frag? He's going hunting. He wants it. He's all the way back up in the drop room, doesn't spot the player out, so he's going to go back towards upper B halls. He's going to check this corner. He hears the... What is the flick? What? He should have never got that. He had such little HP. Let's go back and check that. Here we go into the replay. Checks the corner, and he checks the right corner as he goes into this room, and he had 35 HP. Went down to 7, but Macer just could not get the kill. And that will be an ace for Aesthetic. on the UMP. Good stuff. Always love watching this guy play. But we're into the next round now. 19th round. Neckbeard Gaming leading 10-8. Aesthetics picked himself up in AWP. A second one in the hand of SFX, who's holding A all alone down at mid, which is actually the greatest read from them right now, as all those players are piled over in the B halls. One holding back at upper mid, one holding, I guess lower mid. I don't even know what to call that. I don't even think there's a call for that room. Maybe stairs. HDZ actually managed to tag Aesthetic down through the smoke. Just a little bit of chip damage, 25 health lost. Nothing too shabby, but Magnashock is up here, and he had the read. It seemed like he had that guaranteed. He did a bunch of damage to Beyblade, took him down to 8 HP, but it almost like there's a bit of hesitation there. Guess why they call it the Peeker's advantage. Anyways, it's going to be even players for both sides right now. Health in the advantage of Volante, and that nade's going to come in and really show why I mentioned that. As the, whoa, SFX. A little bit of a whiff, but he follows it up with a beautiful little headshot. Dr. Mr. Fish picking up one, but it's answered right back by Joof. He does not. Oh, he does have the bomb. Spots the player behind fence, gets the frag, but there's a player behind truck right now, and T. Connors is going to save that round. No bomb plant going to come in for Volante. Neckbeard Gaming starting to run away with this on their CT side. 4 rounds out of 4 for this half. Really quickly, I did get a replay of that one whiff shot by SFX. The quick little head flick. Just want to see that. See, it seemed like he got it. I don't know, maybe he actually did do some damage. It just went through the wall or something, but... Anyways, we're back on the next one. Volante, slow playing it with pistols. Neckbeard Gaming held out pretty standard, and I think they may have heard some footsteps at the wall. Either that or they just have not seen anything over at B, so they're going to rotate those players on over towards A. That'll be SFX pushing up close behind that molly. Spots that the player gets the frag. Dr. Mr. Fish should have been the second point of contact there, as Volante kind of should have actually peeked at the same time the player peeked at long. Little note for them if they watch this. But he was set up and ready for it. For now, Joof playing a lurk roll up in drop room. Dr. Mr. Fish, it's about time to throw that molly. You thought about it, and now he's committing to it. That'll be perfect right there as there are 3 players tucked in close. That'll either push them back into a rotate, push them back up into A long. Dr. Mr. Fish, well-timed smoke. Making them wait this out as long as they can. Interestingly enough, that one player, Joof, is still in the lurk roll, but SFX about to see the shoulder. He gets spotted out, tagged down to 11, but gets the frag regardless as he tries to run away. He gets blinded. Barely got past that wall. He's going to get back up on the roof, safe and sound, but HDZ picked up a frag in the meantime. Did not manage to pick up the weapon so far. HDZ, he's up on balcony, spots that the player gets the frag and a weapon and a second frag. Oh my god, this round is suddenly falling apart. Magnashock is going to answer it back though, so that's going to be a 1v2. Make that a 1v1. He has to pick up the bomb. He can't do this now. He does not have time. All he can do is try and salvage this M4. And there actually isn't a AWP at his feet. I just don't think he meant or saw it so far. Is he going to see it? He does see it, but he can't pick it up in time. Oh. Volante, it looked like you had that for certain, and then just you played it too slow. Neckbeard Gaming, they're going to bring that right back. That round looked almost lost to them. As HDZ got that beautiful little 2K, which I thought I replayed, but apparently I did not hit the button. Anyways, going into this next round, Volante has 2 AWP, okay. 2 AWPs, but -1 player. HDZ going to get flashback, hides just in time. T. Connor's going to flash again. Meanwhile, SFX, he's down here at mid, spots out the player, gets the frag. He is just on fire tonight. Let's put Volante back into rotation. They pick up the bomb, they head back towards A. Meanwhile, Neckbeard Gaming staggered off quite well. 2 players up on plat, 1 holding back by E-Box, going to pop flash himself in. There was a player there, but he backed off just in time. And I believe there's a smoke? Or is that just smoking up window? What is that smoke for? Okay, I'm not going to question it. HDZ has got the bomb, teammate in tow, and they're going to rotate back towards B. This is the double rotation. But it's going to be difficult as T. Connors is hiding right up there. Molotov is going to come back and stall them out even longer, but they're going to be popping into drop room very shortly. Or so it would seem. Checking the smoke with AWP, why not? Spots up the player, actually tags him through the wall. And again on another player, but he just can't get these kills. The HP is so low in Neckbeard Gaming, but Otis is going to finish it off with a little CZ. Aesthetic answers back. Otis picks himself up a second. Has an AWP in hands now. It's a 2v3. The bomb is kind of in an awkward position, but Joof actually managed to get the frag. 20 seconds left. Do they know it, though? The bomb gets dropped. All up to Otis. Gets the frag. He has to go for the bomb right now. That player's holding right up close in a 1v1. Dr. Mr. Fish hears him trying to run for it, gets the final frag, and by the hairs of their neckbeards, they managed to get that round. It's looking pretty sketchy for both teams. But Neckbeard Gaming continuing the streak undefeated on the CT side after only putting up 7 rounds on the T side. They're now just a couple rounds away from getting this match and extending their, I guess, win lead in the season. Volante making a good show, but SFX though, once again, this guy's on fire. Look at that little twofer. Great stuff yet again. But they're going to pincer down on him soon. As there are the rest of those 3 players holding up close. SFX gets a second. Oh, Neckbeard HQ, no, I just thought of that one. Off the top of my noggin. 2 players left versus 5, and at this point, I'd almost want to save these AKs. It's a minute 15 of those, but Dr. Mr. Fish, as soon as the peak comes out from HDZ, that'll be the end of him. Beyblade does get one back, and spotted out by SFX, who gets a quad kill this round. This guy cannot be stopped. What is his frags at? It's only at 20. It seems like he's been doing so much more, but I guess it's just the rounds that he gets to be active in where he just goes completely ham. Let's take a look at those opening kills he got in the last round. He just had the God Spawn pushed up quick, punished the aggression, and got the flick. Rap God. Macer, he's in there quick. A lot of utility used in a very small amount of time in a very small area. 3 mollies, 2 smokes, and this is going to be a mess now. Joof, Macer get 2 of their own, answer it back. Joof actually takes out a teammate. Otis gets 2 of his own. And what is going on this round? Dr. Mr. Fish was holding over there on the A-bomb site all alone. He's just got to be wondering what's going on. Smoke's going to come in. He pops in, does some damage, but he's going to go down. And Volante, Counter-Strike, they're going to get the first round of the half. Just in time, too. That would have been kind of a... I think that, yeah, that would have been a full reset. You can see the money's not good, even though they just won that round. So they're going to have the sole AWP. Joof gets relegated to a Galil, even though he has money. I think he's just saving every little bit he can in case they lose this round. Have to play for halftime. We're going to see Neckbeard Gaming. 5-man push through A. A little split push. 2 through mid, 3 up sidewalk. Nobody there, so now they know where the bomb is. But Volante, they're playing this a little bit slower, checking all the angles, making sure no one's held up close around the corner, pre-firing through smoke. But nobody is home, and there's going to be a lot of post-plant positions to pick up. That was too many P's in one sentence. The alliteration's going to kill me. Finally, a player, actually, I don't even think, I was going to say a player has not been seen by the enemy so far. But the nade came in, and they got the first frag. Macer answers it back, or gets a second for his team, I should say. Dr. Mr. Fish picks up a free AK. He's not really in a position to do much with this. He's just kind of smoking off doors and probably going to hope to make some of these terrorists die with the bomb. Otis pushing up with an op, switches to a deagle, and goes down for it. Macer is going to answer right back with that, though, and I think these terrorists are going to escape with their lives. No, Macer actually is going to go down. Magnashot picked up a second after the bomb went off. So, Volante, they're stringing 2 rounds together. That's something to look forward to, build up some esteem, some self-esteem. We'll see if they can keep this going, but Neckbeard Gaming, with that giant round streak, they have all the money in the world to this point. So if they win this one, go to round 15, then lose this one, it's going to be a very hard reset. The loss bonus won't be enough to buy rifles. There could still be a forced buy in the play. Volante, though, they're going fast and quick, but they're going to get pushed back by, I believe that was a molly and a smoke block that off. They have a bit of utility use on their own, though. They're creeping forward ever so slowly. Interesting that nobody at drop. Not a soul. Dr. Mr. Fish gets rid of the flashbang just in time to get headshot. It did blind two of those players, but sadly the one that was killing him was not. Fortunately for him, T. Connors are going to answer it back, bring it back into even player's advantage, and it's going to go trade back and forth until it's just SFX alive with this AWP. And it looks like he wants to go and try and do some damage. The bomb has not been planted quite yet, but he's going to peek this and go down to Otis. 3 rounds in a row now for Volante. They're starting to catch up, starting to feel their stride, hit their shots. Neckbeard Gaming, they have the best money, but they could force up pistols in this. And it does look like that's what they're going to do. Deke Arners buys some armor and a deagle. We've seen him do some decent things in past casts. The rest of the players are going to be in 5.7s or P250s. And they're going to get aggressive up mid. Ooh! SFX bought himself a Zeus. Smoke's going to come out, slow down Volante ever so slightly. T. Cunners making sure no one's pushing through it. Aesthetic is going up into it himself. He's already been chipped down though and has no armor. But Volante, they've already rotated way, way back. Headed over towards mid. Even the player from drop has rotated. He's going back towards B main though. But Magnet Shocks, he's coming up here to back up his buddy. SFX can get the first frag of the round before Macer and HDZ get 2 of their own. Beyblade, before the smoke even comes out, I think it was a missed throw. He's going to peek out and get a frag of his own. Meanwhile, Otis, he's starting to warm up as well. Teak Honors has to reload. Last bullet in the magazine. Beyblade trying to fight this. Teak Honors can't get the frag. Volante only going to lose 1 player that round. Could bring this within 2 rounds now. This is so close. SFX, he's not got a kill in like the past 5 rounds, I don't think. I think he was at 20 last time we checked. But he does have the AWP back in his hands, and Aesthetic has picked up the second one. Aesthetic heading over towards platform. SFX peeks up, gets some info, and backs off with his life and full HP, luckily enough for him. Meanwhile, Aesthetic is there. He does tag 1 player down at 10 HP, but Beyblade is going to peek up onto platform, take out T. Connors, and just as Aesthetic was about to spot a player, he gets flashed out. Does spot out the second one, whiffs it ever so slightly. It was a difficult shot, though. Still moving, gets that one, though. Bomb is going to be planted on the edge. Aesthetic, he gets another one. Almost gets one through the smoke, and he's blindly putting bullets through there. Can't quite line him up, though. Spots out a third. Aesthetic with a triple so far. And Magnet Shock is going to take that one away from him, but Otis is still alive. Aesthetic chasing down with this pistol. And the 5.7 is going to get it. Neckbeard Gaming going to put themselves up on the match point. Like I've said before this round, and in past casts, I love watching Aesthetic play. This guy is going to go huge one day. He will be in top-tier teams, I guarantee it. Volante, though, they had enough money saved up from their previous streak of, I believe it was 4 rounds. That it was, and they have enough money to get back into this. It looks like full utility as well. Though Joof, okay, there we go. It's a little bit late on the grenades. Let's see where they go. Looks like SFX is going to smoke that off. And Otis is holding up there, though. Is SFX going to push this? I don't think he saw that. That was just the X-ray being misleading. But right now, the player's in early. Beyblade's going to get the first kill. And I desperately try and steer out of director the right way. It was answered back by Magnet Shock. Joof put it back in the advantage of Volante, though. It's going to be a 3v4. Bomb's not been planted yet. HDZ gets tagged. SFX gets the frag. And they're smoked off at doors, though. So it's going to allow the bomb plant to go down. SFX peeks wide across fountain. He's actually going to get that kill. Gets himself a second, and Auto Director is just keeping us here in limbo. Because I nearly dropped an F-bomb in anger. And SFX is going to get it. That is 16-12 for Neckbeard Gaming. Another great game by them and their opponents. I don't believe the score line for the season of Volante really does show how good some of those players are. And I would actually be very happy to check out another one of their matches in the future. However, that is going to be it for me tonight, unless I do, like, maybe a drunk cast. I've always wanted to do that. Just a drunk cast later in the night. We'll see. Thanks everyone for stopping by, in the VOD, in the chat, in the Azubu, which no one watches and I don't even stream to. That'll be it for me. Everyone have a good night or day, whatever it is you are. I'm out.